नमस्कार म युके संसारबाट everyone is talking कलाई सायद तपाईलाई पनि tired of hearing misleading information about buying or transferring property under a limited company. Too many talks without facts, figures and creating confusion and leading to costly mistakes. Yo भिडियोमा I'll clear up the confusion in just 10 minutes with facts, figures and a case system. Low income tax ban, high income tax ban. Is it tax efficient? Is it worth transferring and buying property under a limited company? के हुन्छ त भविष्यमा? What happens when it comes to inheritance tax, selling property or capital gain tax? हेरौँ है त यो भिडियो. Limited company case study. Section 24 stamp duty tax, capital gain tax, corporation tax and inheritance tax. Section 24 in 2017 government introduced new UK tax system on property industry. यसले के भन्छ भने landlord can no longer deduct mortgage interest payments from rental income. Before landlord can deduct, अहिले चाहिँ पाउँदैन. Hence why landlord and people are paying more tax on their income. त्यसैले now people are buying investment property or buy-to-let property under a limited company. Stamp duty tax, it applies to both personal and limited company. Very important. Second point, you can claim surcharge 3% stamp duty tax when you sell your main house within the 3 years of buying second property. भन्नाले यदि तपाई सेकेन्ड प्रपर्टी किनेको 3 वर्ष भित्रमा चाहिँ आफू बसेको अथवा मेन हाउस रेसिडेन्शियल बेच्नुहुन्छ भने यु क्यान क्लेम 3% सरचार्ज. तर क्लेम चाहिँ विदिन सेल गरेको विदिन 1 year भित्र चाहिँ गरिसक्नु पर्ने हुन्छ. इट डज नट अप्लाइज टु थर्ड फोर्थ प्रपर्टी. क्यापिटल गेन ट्याक्स, tax on the profit made when you sell or dispose of an asset, not your main house. Only investment property लाई apply गर्छ. Basically how it works is तपाईले purchase price of sell price गरेर चाहिँ जति प्रॉफिट हुन्छ गेन हुन्छ त्यसमा चाहिँ क्यापिटल गेन ट्याक्स दिनुपर्ने हुन्छ. purchase price मा के हुन्छ? Not only the house price मात्रै हैन, mortgage fees, तपाईको legalities, deal सरसरलाई पैसा दिनु भएको छ भने deal सरसर, agent fees, stamp duty tax, capital improvement, केही किचन घर किनिसकेपछि किचन इम्प्रुभमेन्ट अथवा टोयलेट रेनोभेसन गर्नुहुन्छ भने if you have the receipt you can set off on the capital gain tax. So on sold price मा चाहिँ तपाईको fees, state agent को commission देखि लिएर अरु expenses हरु चाहिँ तपाईले set off गर्नु सक्नुहुन्छ. Hence why keep the receipt. तपाईको घर किन्दाखेरि confirmation statement हुन्छ. Please keep it with you. Rate, basic rate taxpayers को 18% on gains, higher or additional rate taxpayers को चाहिँ 28% on gains. Gains भनेको profit. Inheritance tax allowance threshold चाहिँ which we call nil rate band is 325,000. If you pass to direct descendants, तपाईको छोराछोरीलाई children or grandchildrenलाई पास गर्नुहुन्छ भने additional allowance चाहिँ 175,000. Total चाहिँ 500,000 पाउनुहुन्छ. Which means you do not have to pay the inheritance tax. यदि स्पाउस अथवा तपाईले सिभिल पार्टनरलाई ट्रान्सफर अथवा पास गर्नुहुन्छ भने युजुअली एक्जेम्प्ट फ्रम इनहेरिटेन्स ट्याक्स. ट्याक्स रेट चाहिँ त्यो भन्दा माथिको चाहिँ तपाईले ट्याक्स रेट चाहिँ 40% ले रेटले दिनुपर्ने हुन्छ. रिड्युस रेट 36% can only apply if 10% or more left to charity. Transferring property into the limited company. यदि तपाईले सोच्नु हुँदैछ भने म ट्रान्सफर कम्पनी एउटा खोलेर you want to transfer to limited company, what are the expenses? One is capital gain tax and stamp duty tax. अरु expenses हरु legalities हरु त छँदैछ. यदि लो इन्कम ट्याक्स ब्यान्ड को मान्छेले ट्रान्सफर गर्छ भने के हुन्छ त? यदि 2024 मा मार्केट प्राइस 300,000 छ, अहिलेको रेट 300,000 छ र 2014 मा चाहिँ पर्चेस प्राइस चाहिँ 200,000 छ भने डिफरेन्स इज 100,000. क्यापिटल गेन ट्याक्स अलाउन्स चाहिँ 3,000 छ. वी क्यान सेट अफ used to be 12,000 reduced to 6,000 अहिले 3,000 maybe next year चाहिँ नील हुन सक्छ 100,000 मा deduct गरेर 3,000 97,000 CGT for low income tax band को चाहिँ rate 18% छ which will be 17,460 stamp duty tax at the current rate for additional property is 11,500 for 300,000 total payable 28,960 यी चाहिँ दिनु पर्ने हुँदो रहेछ if you want to transfer into the limited company एउटा कुरा के बुझ्नु पर्ने हुन्छ भने the company own the assets you own the share of the company hence why you do not own the assets त्यही कारणले it classified as different entity let's move on to the case study case study for an example I took 70 as a house current market house price 300,000 rental income per calendar month is 1,500 mortgage interest payment per calendar month 1,000 at the rate of between 5 and 5.5%. Purchase price in past was 250,000. This section yellow box refers to tax rate for 2024 and 25. 0 to 12,000 is allowance, 0% between 12,000 to 50,000 is 20% and between 50,000 to 125,000 40%. This is classified as low band and this classified as high band. This green section corporation tax profit up to 50,000 is 19% and above 50,000 is 25%. Dividend for 2024 and 25 is 8.75% and 1,000 is allowance. Let's go for this section. Before that, for this case study I took 37,000 for salary before tax for low band and for high band I took 55,000. Let's go for this section yearly personal low band and personal high band. This refers to those people who bought property under their name and this limited low band and limited high band refers to those people who bought property under or limited company. 37,000 55,000 same as this. Let's go first of all let's go for people who bought house under their name. Yearly rental income 15 at the rate of 1,500 per calendar month, yearly is 18,000 and interest expense you cannot deduct the mortgage interest payment like I said before or hence the gross income will be the same as rental annual rental income. For the low band you'll be paying the tax at the rate of 20% for 18,000 is 3,600 and for high band and the you'll be paying at the rate of 40% for 18,000 is 7,200. For low band you'll be gaining profit 2,400. For high band you'll be losing money 1,200. Let's go for limited company. The result will be the same as like I said before. It refers to different entity and regardless of your salary the corporation tax will be the same 19%. 18,000 yearly or annually rental income is the same as above 18,000. Now for limited company you can deduct the mortgage interest payment and as a property expense or limited company expense and 12,000 at the rate of 1,000 annual is 12,000. After taking out the 12,000 on rental income your gross income or the profit for company is 6,000 and at the rate of 19% for 6,000 you will only be paying 1,140. Massive difference between the limited company and the people who bought under their name. And the profit for annual is 4,860. Let's go for 10 years. What happens if it continues for 10 years? Let's say you'll be for low band you'll be gaining 24,000. For high band you'll be losing 12,000, and for limited company is 48,000. Huge difference. I can see huge difference on this. Let's go for this section. If you want to pay yourself the 48,600, the clever way to pay yourself is paying as dividend, and this is the amount you are paying to HMRC at the rate of 8.75%. 1,000 pound is allowance per year. So in 10 years you will only be paying 3,377 and net 45,000 pound at your bank account. Let's go for this section, and how much you need to pay capital gain tax and corporation tax if you sell the property. Gain is 50,000, which is difference between the purchase price and selling price. 300 if you sell the property at 300,000, purchase price was 250,000, the profit is 50,000. Personal low band, you'll be paying capital gain tax at the rate of 18%. 3,000 is allowance, which means you are only paying 8,460. Personal high band at the rate of 28%, you'll be paying 13,000. For limited company, you'll be paying corporation tax, not the capital gain tax, at the profit at the rate of 19%. There won't be a allowance for limited company. Hence, you'll be paying 9,500. In this case study, we focus solely on tax savings, so we haven't factored in other expenses like repairs, maintenance or management fees. The key takeaway, buying through a limited company can offer significant tax benefits. It comes with added complexity, administrative burden and require careful planning. Ultimately, I'm not a financial advisor or accountant. Be sure to seek professional advice, explain your situation before making any decision. Thank you.